Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 77 of Dragon Quest VIII Blind. Last time, we saved cash and carry from some Onis, and played around the casino for a bit. Speaking of which, off camera, I experimented with the slots, and actually managed to win 150,000 coins. So basically, with that money, I invested in some liquid metal armor for both Yangus and Jessica, so that way we have to babysit them. So that way we don't have to babysit them as much during battle. Because I've been noticing that in fights, basically, Yangus and Jessica, they're the ones who basically are the biggest cause for concern. Mostly because up until now they really haven't had ways to heal themselves up. Basically, whereas our hero and Angelo, basically they can just more or less, they can just cruise along and just heal each other casually. So yeah, hopefully this will make it where Jessica's a lot less squishy. So yeah, let's just get going. Let's get going. Yeah, but anyways, for the casino, what I found works best is if you go in and you basically just, you use the 100 slots. You don't do the full 500, you do 300. Because basically you're more likely to get it horizontally than diagonally. So okay, anyways, with that said, yeah, I'm just trying to think about what we're going to do now. Okay, let's zoom. There was that one treasure chest inside the dragon cave. Kind of odd that we don't have the dragon's graveyard, basically, as an area. Okay. Yeah, I am debating, because basically Jessica needs only a little bit more to level up. And we can come back there later. For the time being, I think that would be good to just progress with the game. So let's go over to Rhydon's Tower. Okay, and we were told to head over to the north. So yeah, basically we'll... Wait, do we have that chapel on standby? Okay, well, we'll head over there. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, my camera was getting a little weird there for a second. Yeah, you know, now that I think of it, this is the first time that Jessica's been in this area. Okay, the golem isn't going to do much. Isn't going to be much of a concern for us. We'll do that. Angelo will do a... We'll just attack. And Jessica, you can use a frizzle on the golem. Yeah, I've been kind of thinking that basically as far as Angelo is concerned with his level up, so I think that maybe going with just purely going with staff would be best for him. Because I haven't really been noticing anything really all that beneficial with his charm. I mean, he could potentially get something better along the lines, but from the look of things, I think that it would probably be best to focus more onto his mage side, because that's where he's been really shining. Just Angelo has been a real solid tank, really. Just Angelo has been the saving grace of so many boss fights. Just his role with Dual Magus, as well as just how he was with Evil Jessica, really. Just that bounce. Mwah, chef's kiss right there. Okay, nice. Okay, one more battle and Jessica should be leveling up. Okay, something over there. Okay, nope, nothing here. Okay, Falcon Slash. Let's hit the troll. Yangus, Helm Splitter on the troll. Actually, no. Yangus, you can use Helm Splitter on him. We'll attack the Golem, and Jessica will use a Crackle. Okay, not too bad. Slash on the troll. Yangus helps Splitter on the troll. Angelo attack the troll. Actually, no. Angelo use a full heal on us. And Jessica will use another Crackle. Okay, Falcon Slash, Helm Splitter, Angelo attack. Actually, no, Angelo. Yeah, Angelo, you can attack. Jessica will use a Caduceus on us. Okay, nice. Okay, clump of running powder. Okay. Just want to be sure we're not missing anything. Okay. Anything up here? Okay, Orc Swing, Orc Swing, yes, the Orc Swingers. They're swinging orcs, they swing! Angelo used the thwack on them, and Jessica, you can use another Caduceus on us. Okay, swinging hipsters down. Angelo, you can attack, and Jessica will use another Caduceus on us. Oh, that is beautiful. Jessica only taking 20 damage from an attack. Okay, is this gonna be one of those just pass-through sort of caves? Okay, this isn't the cave from Trodane, apparently. Dear goddess, I thought I had it! A huge dog just came bounding through here! It nearly sent me flying, I tell you! And it was no ordinary dog either. Oh no, its eyes were burning red. Frankly, Sir Leopold's eyes were like that before he got his paws on that staff. And it was armed. It had a bloody great stick in its mouth. Kind of weird location for a fountain, considering the locale. I mean, basically, you'd think that with a place like this, they'd be hesitant. Maybe the ice came in recently.
It's almost too cold to bear. But if we don't retrieve the scepter, Medea and I may never return to normal. We'll just have to grin and bear it.
But frankly, what's the plan once we do obtain the scepter? I mean, basically, whoever touches it gets possessed by Rheathorn. So basically, it would just be a repeat of Evil Jessica again.
Let's keep pushing on. At least moving might help us to warm up a little.
Yeah, hopefully it's not like Monster Hunter, where, like old school Monster Hunter, where basically you have sort of a penalty to being in icy areas without a hot drink. It's great that Cash and Carrie have stopped arguing about who gets to inherit the casino It's great that Cash and Carrie have stopped arguing about who gets to inherit the casino. Running it together is a brilliant idea. It wouldn't have been right for one to have to slink away with their tail between their legs while the other got the whole lot. After all, brothers and sisters should stick together, don't you think? So, this is the snow country, eh? Ugh, it's blooming freezing! I can't take much more of this. You can't see past your outer and walking through the snow. They're having a laugh, ain't they? What that mutt wanna go and come here for, eh? Do you get the feeling that we're not welcome here? What was your first clue? The frozen wasteland, or the fact that we're chasing after essentially Dragon Quest Cujo? I was about to say Danganronpa Cujo. Or should I say, not welcome here either? Ugh, this cold is freezing my brain. But I better pull myself together, because I intend to snap that stupid scepter with my own two hands. Yeah, though Jessica, if it's too cold, mind cover up a little? Yeah, no music. Just the cold. Well, at least we have Brahmin's Bell. Yeah, this feels like something out of Okami. Oh, this is not... I am scared of what these things are going to be like. Okay. Helm Splitter. Angelo. Swoosh. And Jessica will use a Sizzle on the Obama apes. Okay, not as bad as the ones that we encountered in near Pick'em. Okay. Okay, yeah, we have Zap, so let's try that out. Helm Splitter, Angelo, swoosh again. Yeah, Angelo, let's use a swoosh again on you. Actually, no. Just let's use a... Yeah, let's use a mid-heal on Jessica. And Jessica will use a... We'll use a boom. Okay, pretty solid damage. Genghis, Helm Splitter, Angelo, let's use a mid heal on, let's use a full heal on us, and Jessica, you can use a Caduceus on Yangus. Yeah, really, this place just feels ominous. Well, with basically just the lack of music. I'm so used to this game just having such vivid songs playing in the background.
I shouldn't have to put up with being in a freezing place like this. It's all Megus's fault.
Technic-
Now that he's dead now. So I suppose it's that Leo what's-his-name's fault. I don't know. Dog of all things.
Yeah,
Oh, stop your whinging, Grandad. It ain't as if we've got a sweat on you, know. Just get on with it.
yeah, but just the fact that basically Trode, he's just outright done with this. He's like, screw this! Okay, it's one thing when we have dual Magus running around, but now we have Kuchu! Some...
I beg your pardon? How uncalled for! I don't see why I shouldn't be able to say whatever I please. You've no right to talk to me like that. No right at all. I'm absolutely livid. Livid, I tell you. I'm going on ahead.
Yeah, then watch out Trode, he just gets pissed off. He's like, where are they? Yeah, and then basically, yeah, only for us to be trapped under a mountain of snow. Okay, don't know where we are. From the look of it, I think the team's gone. Yep. Hey, but at least we're healed. Okay, anything over here? Okay, what's special medicine and special antidote? Are they essentially just the next level? Okay, yep. Okay, nice. Okay, harvest that area. Yeah, once we get together with the team, I think if this counts as a warp point, then I think that would be a good idea. Just head back to the spring before we forget. What's, so no one wanted to bother to wake us up? How you feeling, Golf? You alright? I was worried about you, Locke. You was the only one who wouldn't wake up. This place belongs to that old granny over there. Lives here on her own, you know. We're not far from where that avalanche appeared. She says that we could stay here till the snow clears up a bit.
That dog over there is called Boris. He's the one who dug us out from the snow. What a dog. He's a lot more use than a certain king, don't you think? And he smells a bit better too.
But does he have the charm of Trode?
I heard that, Angelo. More use than a certain king, you say? How dare you? Honestly, who do you think called for the dog's help in the first place?
Okay, come on, let's go round.
This tea's made from something called nook grass. It warms you up and makes you more resistant to the cold weather. It's a bit strong at first, but I could get to like it. Why don't you ask the old lady for some too, Thwomp?
When you all got caught up in that avalanche, I hurried over to this hut for help. I was in quite a panic, I must admit. I was slamming on the door. Help! Help! If they're dead, then who's going to return me back to normal? Who's going to return Medea back to normal? I can't fight. Yeah, have it where basically our team dies and then Trode has to take on all the responsibility. Trode becomes the ultimate warrior. My heart sank when I found out there was just an old lady living here on her own. But as luck would have it, the dog over there is a dab hand when it comes to pulling people out of the snow. Or shall I say a dab paw? Anyways, he pulled you all out and we managed to get you back to the hut here. I suppose you could say he played a part in your rescue. But if I hadn't come here in the first place, you'd still be eating snow. I do hope you're grateful.
Ah, you're welcome. You have a nice color in your cheeks. It's a good sign. Dobro Basilovat. Welcome to my house. I am Marta. I live out here in the mountains where I grow herbs. This will be ready for you soon. Drink it, you'll warm you up nicely. Please sit by the fire and warm your bones. I will bring you some of my nook grass tea.
Please, drink. This nook grass tea will keep you warm even in the bitter cold of this snowy land.
How terribly kind of you. First you save us from the avalanche, then you put us up for the night, and now you warm our innards.
Watch out, she has a thing for Trode.
Now that's what I call hospitality.
And what's really amazing is that you helped a weird old monster like him in the first place.
You loathsome lowlife. You, of all people, have no right to call me weird.
It is true that his appearance is a little unusual. But when you get to my age, you learn not to judge a horse by its harness. And of course, I would help anyone who was in trouble so far from civilization.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but why do you live all the way out here on your own?
Of course I do not mind, dear. There is an old ruin behind my house. My ancestors have looked after it generation after generation. It is a family duty. But that will all end with me. I have no one to follow in my footsteps when my life is finished.
Really? It must be pretty tough living on your own like this. Duty or no duty.
It is comfortable enough. I have lived here since I was a child, so it is not a hardship. Besides, to live life is not to walk through a meadow. And from time to time, people get lost here in the mountains like you, so I am not lonely. And I always have Boris to keep me company.
Ah, on the subject of dogs, we had something to ask you, Marta. This will sound a bit strange, but we're pursuing a big black dog, and we heard that he might have been headed in this direction. There's a good chance he may have come this way. Have you seen anything?
No. I am sorry. The only dog I know about is big old Boris over there. Sorry I cannot be of more help. You should ask where there is a lot of people. If you go down the mountain and go to the north, you will come to a town called Irkutsk. Maybe someone will know something there.
Ah, that sounds like an excellent idea. Right then, chaps, there's no time to lose.
But what about those ruins? What are they all about?
Oh, yo. If you are hasty, others will only be amused. That is an old saying here. One should not be so eager to go back out into the blizzard. The night is coming. Why don't you rest here? I am sure the blizzard will be gone by morning, so you can leave for Irkutsk then.
Yes. Wise words, my good woman. Very well, we shall rest here for the night.
And then in the middle of the night, Trollsway gets up. Wake up, we're getting out of here! Oi, Granddad, why are you all delayed? There's a blizzard out there! Angus, you don't understand! She was coming on to me! I was sleeping in my bed, just calmly drifting off to sleep, when I'm hearing sultry music, and then she's coming in with boom, baba, boom! It gave me a fright, Angus!
Go north from the bottom of the mountain, and you will come to Irkutsk. Please be careful on your journey.
By George! Princess, are you all right? Were you cold in the night?
Wait, you gonna give Medea a blanket?
Forgive me, but I must ask you a favor. If you meet with a man called Marek in Irkutsk, please give this to him.
Yeah, great, now we're drug runners.
He is probably working with herbs like I am. I would be grateful if you could give him that bag. Spasibo. Thank you.
Yeah, Medea gets stolen again.
Right then. Off to Irkutsk. Toodly bye.
What the heck is that toodly bye? You've never said toodly bye before. Was that now a thing with Troll where she's gonna be like toodly bye? Pip pip the doodly doo? Toodly bye! Okay. Let's zoom over to. Okay, good. We have an area. Okay, let's head over to Riverside Chapel. No, we're not going there. Where is it? Where is it? Springs. Ah, Mystical Springs. There we are. Okay, let's see what Medea has to say about Jessica joining up with us, or about any of the events that have occurred.
have some good news. I've just turned 18. How about that? I had grass instead of birthday cake, though. I remember the first time you came to the castle. We were just 8 years old. It's hard to believe we've known each other for 10 years now. You were an orphan, so you lived in the castle. And in what seemed like no time, you worked your way up to Palace Guard.
How much you want to bet that with how Trode is, it was basically no time. This 8-year-old in his castle is like, hey, boy, here's a spear, go!
Actually, I have a secret. I recommended you for the position to my father. It was a way to bring you closer to me, so we could spend more time together. And anyway, you deserved it. So, my brave palace guardsman, I'm counting on you to make sure I spend my next birthday as a human. I know you can do it.
Okay, so given that logic, basically, our hero is 18 as well. Out of curiosity, can we get multiple conversations with Medea, or... Okay, so I guess that it is on a threshold sort of thing. Okay, good to know. But anyways, I think that now would be a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. Like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. With that, see you next time. Bye.